Hello everyone, it's Kelly here. Okay, so I did a video blog thing last week at the start of my 5-2, and so this is now obviously end of week 1, beginning of week 2, and I'm really pleased. I've lost £3, so, and I feel less bloated, puffy. I'm still puffy, but not obviously as much. So I'm really pleased because, you know, I don't feel like I've not dieted at all this week. I did a fast day on the Monday, which was my day 1, beginning, you know, like my first day, and I had a beef casserole, loads and loads of veg, little bit of beef. So I worked out my calories, went on to myfitnesspal.com, which is, for anyone who doesn't know, it's really good website to work out all your calories. Got thousands of foods on there, and sort of different way, like potatoes, it's got all the different sorts of potatoes and things, like, you know, fried, chipped, boiled, mashed, whatever, roasted. So it's really good, so I definitely recommend it. Anyway, so I worked out my calories on that, and I even had enough left for just a couple of my children the day before. I'd made some little chocolate chip cookies, so I had enough for a couple of those as well, so that was nice. So I didn't eat anything all day. I just ate at dinner time with the family, and that I do find easier to do. So my next fast day was supposed to be the Thursday, and then on the Wednesday I had my breakfast. I had an average bowl of bran flakes, and then my husband informs me that he was hoping to have tomorrow off, meaning the Thursday. So I was like, oh, well, that'll mess up my fasting day. I didn't want to be fasting when he's off, because if occasionally when he has the day off when the kids are at school, we normally, I mean, we don't go out and have like a lavish meal, but we normally maybe nip to the local pub and have like a pub meal, or you know, like a harvester or something like that. So I thought, well, I don't really want to be fasting that day. So the Wednesday I made it my fasting day, and I did find it harder because I'd eaten my breakfast. So I was completely, you know, this was complete unplanned now. So I had my breakfast, which I worked out to be, and like, if I'd known, well, starters, I wouldn't have had a breakfast, but even if I'd had a breakfast, if I'd known, I would have had a smaller portion. Not that I had a huge portion, but, you know, I still could have gone a bit smaller. So anyway, so that worked out about 240 odd calories, I think it was. So now I only had like 260 odd. So I was like, oh. So anyway, so I just didn't bother eating for the rest of the day until we got to tea time, after I picked the kids up from school. Wednesday nights kids have kickboxing, and I do, after they do their kickboxing, I then do Krav Maga, which is like a self-defense thing. Really good, definitely recommend it, brilliant for fitness. So I needed to eat before that, really, because it is pretty full on. So what I did, I went on to MyFitnessPal first and just worked out to make sure I wasn't going to go over, and I had excuse me, I had a 2 egg omelette, medium sized egg omelette, and in that omelette I had a slice of ham, some thinly sliced peppers, red pepper, a little bit of red onion, and then I just sprinkled probably about half a tablespoon of cheese, literally just sprinkled a tiny bit of grated cheese just on the top of it, and it was actually really nice and really filling. So I had that before we went out, because now I don't get back then until sort of 9 o'clock, just after 9 normally in the evening. My husband meets me after the kids finish their kickboxing, he takes them home, and then I have his van and I go to my thing. So yes, I don't normally get in, so I didn't want to be eating late either. So I had that before I went, and then that did me then, so that was fine. So I worked for a bit. I did find it harder having breakfast in the morning. It was harder going without food. Like today, so I'm fasting today. I've not eaten anything so far, and I won't eat now, like till tea time, till dinner time, and that suits me. So anyway, so yes, I did my 2 days. Thursday, when my husband was off, he did have the day off, and we didn't actually go. We was out in the morning because we're going camping this year. We've not been camping before. We've got the tent, but we've got nothing else. So we went out. We had some vouchers for Christmas, so we went and bought some bits for camping, and then rather than stopping off in a pub or whatever, we actually both fancied just having a KFC. So that's what we did. So I had a wicked zinger meal. Thoroughly enjoyed. Really bloated after though. I think because I'd fasted the day before. In fact, I didn't eat it all. No, I didn't even finish it all. It makes such a difference. Your tummy kind of shrinks, and you can't eat like before. Perhaps you was eating a lot. You just can't manage that quantity of food again. Well, or at least I don't find you can. So it said that, and then on Saturday. It was my brother's birthday I've got 2 brothers. One of my brother's birthday on the Thursday. So on the Saturday, my mum and dad had invited us all round for a takeaway. So we had Chinese. So I had like 2 takeaways in the week, which don't normally, but you know. And I didn't help. You know, I had what I wanted to have. The Chinese I had a couple of chicken balls with sweet and sour sauce. I had some mushroom rice. I had some chips and gravy. I love chips and gravy. What else did I have? Oh, a little bit of seaweed and chicken chow mein, because we just ordered like a load and then we just sort of helped ourselves. And yeah, and then after, you know, let that settle a bit, and then a bit later on, I had a bit of toffee pavlova. Again, it's not something I normally have at home, but like on sort of special occasions, like birthdays, Christmas, things like that, then we have stuff like that, or just now and again. So I had some toffee pavlova, and I had a bit of my brother's birthday cake, which was chocolate cake. Not all in one go. I did have gaps in between because it was filling. So I still had that. The other days I was sensible. You know, and I still lost £3. So, but I didn't feel other than my 2 fasting days, I didn't feel like I was on a diet, because I ate less chocolate actually, because chocolate is, as I explained last week, chocolate is my thing. You know, it's my demon, and I didn't really have that many. In fact, probably only had some, or maybe 3 days of last week, and I think that is because I knew that I can just have it without the guilt. I mean, I know I can't just like gorge on it or anything, but I can have it, and I'm not worrying about how many calories are in it. I'm just having it because that's what I fancy eating. So, but I was being sensible with it, and I think when I've been on other diets, although, I mean, I've done Weight Watchers before, I think out of all the other diets, if I had to follow one of those, it would be Weight Watchers is one that I found easier. But you're still having to watch every single thing every day, and although you can, you know, if you just work around your points, you can kind of have what you want, but you are having to count all the time, and then you're thinking of food all the time, and then you're thinking of what you can't have, because then if you had that thing, you wouldn't be able to have this other thing, and it just gets complicated, sort of. I don't know, with me, it just makes me think, no, I just really want it, and then I'll just keep thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it. Once I get an idea in my head, it's stuck there until I've dealt with it. So in the end, I end up kind of just giving up and then doing even more damage, because then I'm just like, God, I'm just gonna have everything now. And whereas with this, 2 days, you know, I did it, and like today, I'm doing it. I've not eaten anything, and I've even actually been out this morning, so I look a bit all windswept because it's really windy out there. I've done my weekly shop this morning, which is probably not a good idea when you've not eaten anything and you're empty. But, well, it saved me money, because I would have been if I'd, I'll have that for my lunch today, but I don't need to. But, I've done that and I've felt fine. I've not actually felt, I really want to eat that and I really want to eat that, because I just think to myself, it's only for today. Tomorrow, if that's what I want, I'll go and get that, and that's what I'll have. But I know that when tomorrow comes, I won't be bothered about having whatever it was I saw in the shop, because I can eat I can just eat normally anyway, if that makes sense. So I'm not really worried. Anyway, I've shaved 5 minutes off my time, so that's good. So I've rambled on a little bit again, but I'm going to stop here. So for this week I'm fasting today, and all being well, Thursday. I find those my easier days to do. They fit in better with whatever we're doing in the week. So that's my plan at the moment. I don't know what I'm going to eat yet. Tonight we're having faggots tonight, actually. So what I will do, I will have the same as everyone else. I don't like doing separate meals. There's 5 of us. I've got my husband, me, my 3 kids. I'm not going to fart about. I will just adjust whatever they're having to whatever calories that I need. So we're having faggots tonight with lots of vegetables. So I will just adjust my portion to fit in with my calories. I'll go on MyFitnessPal and just sort of check everything. So that's what I'm going to have tonight. Thursday, I don't know what we're going to have for dinner yet. Thursday, I haven't thought that far ahead, but it will be something that fits in with the family, and I just adjust my things accordingly. For me, that's the easiest way, and then we're all eating the same. And I haven't got the kids asking me, "Oh, mummy, why aren't you having the same as us?" Or "Why are you just eating that little thing there?" Because I don't want this to rub off on them, this feeling of, especially my daughter. Well, I mean, I know boys can have eating problems as well, but girls in particular obviously are normally worse ones. I don't want them seeing me being different, and that's another thing I like about the 5-2, is because you can, out of 2 days, or even, some weeks I might even do a 3rd day, I'll just go, or like a half day, I'll just go on how I feel. But for a couple of days a week, they don't really notice, as if like every day you're constantly checking like nutritional information or counting, or just, I can't really have that, I'll just have a tiny bit of this and blah, blah, blah. They do notice. It's surprising how much kids pick up, actually. You don't think they're going to notice, but they do. And I don't want me being overweight, to kind of put negative thoughts in their mind. So I want them to feel positive about foods. They know we always talk about things that are healthy, but I don't go on about things that are fattening, that sort of thing. I don't kind of put in the weight issue if I can help it. So I don't want them to know such. So that's a good thing about 5-2. With a family, you can just join in with family life, and it doesn't kind of take over, and the kids don't pick up on it so much. So anyway, that's it for this week. So I'm sorry if I've rambled a bit again. I will try and cut it down again next week. But have a good week, everybody. Here's hoping next week we get another weight loss. And no, it probably won't be as much as £3, but even £1 a week, half a pound, as long as it's coming off, I'm happy. That'd be fine. So good luck, everyone. Bye.